So a lot of people get into the real estate business because of selling sunset and shows like that. My friend told me I had to share why I got into real estate. So a lot of people don't know this, but I used to work in the field of land surveying. So I was a land surveyor, Rodman, and then I became a crew chief and ran a crew, and I absolutely loved it. To get to run around the woods with a machete all day, that was pretty cool for me being a country girl. I really enjoyed land surveying, everything about it. But right around 2008, when the market crashed, we had no more work going in, and I was very proud to say that I was the last employee. I mean, it was very interesting. All these guys, and I hold that close to my heart. It was sad to see all of my friends go, but I was so grateful that my boss had saw the value in me, and he kept me, and I was the very last employee to go, and then it was just him. But it was something I really enjoyed doing. And when I was a surveyor, every once in a while I'd come into the office and we'd go over notes. And on several occasions, I'd see somebody walk in and they were so well dressed, and they would just float in. Some ladies would just float in, some guys would just float in as if they didn't even walk with their own feet. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I wonder what they do. And I asked my boss, I said, hey, what are they doing over there? Who are those people? Is that a lawyer or what is that? And he says, ma'am, that right there, that's a realtor. And so ever since I had it in my mind that, like, I looked at myself that day, I'm like, I am grubby. I had a patch on my arm where I had poison ivy, as I did on several occasions walking in the woods. And looking down at my feet, I had these construction style boots on, snake boots, snake proof boots. And it was just something that I was like, man, I don't know how long my body can take jumping and hopping over fences and, running because some owners did not get the memo that we were supposed to be there and we're doing the neighbor's land, not your land. And just running from dogs and bears. And 9 times out of 10, the animal that we'd run from was wild boars. So after a while, I just said, I got to think about my future and, my health. I'm not as rugged as these guys who are out there just able to carry the 60-pound case and think nothing of it. It was getting harder and harder on me. So that is why I became a realtor. I thought that, I want a job that I feel is respectable. I want to be able to help people. I love land and real estate, so I get to review surveys, and that I'm not get to review surveys, but I get to. That's part of my job. We get the survey in, and I can look at it, and I can point out if there's any discrepancies, and bring it to the attention of who is the official person who reviews it to make sure they don't miss anything. But it's something where I get to go inside the houses too. That's something that always was fascinating. We'd be doing surveys for a house that just sold or new construction. I was like, oh, I wonder what it looks like, because we'd start the process from um, initial, like, putting stakes in the ground where the corners of the house would be. First, we do the land, then we do the corners of the house, then we do like the driveway or the sidewalk. We'd stake that out, and I'd always wonder, like, what is it like inside? What's the finished product? So now I get to see the finished product. And so it just holds a lot of dear feelings and nostalgia for me to look back and see that, it's something that I don't necessarily glide into businesses. A lot of times I'm stumbling because I'm a clumsy girl, but it's very fun to see this side of the industry and to really enjoy the process of doing more of an administrative job as opposed to a more physical job. Definitely good, better for my body. Every once in a while, I do have to jump the occasional fence when the seller doesn't get the memo to put the pups up because we're coming at two, not three. So anyway, that's why I got into real estate. I just love real estate in general, and it started with a passion for surveying, and it grew into a passion for real estate sales, new construction, military, working with the military, and everyone in between, those who are looking to downsize. I love walking through somebody's house as they tell me all their dreams that had happened there, and what was where they had where the dog would stay, where they had their kids, where they had some crazy story happen in their house, this crazy Thanksgiving that they had. And then I love seeing it on the other side where someone's looking to just have their first home, where I want to experience life. I want to experience having enough space because we always had to bunk with our sisters or brothers. Like that matters to me. So, anyway, yeah, that's why I got into real estate, if that makes sense. A lot of words to say that. I used to survey and now now I wanted to be the person floating in the room instead of floating in a pond because I fell